My name is Dr. Candace Cobb, and I'm the clinic director here at Healthstar. We see all different kinds of patients here at Healthstar Chiropractic, ranging from neck pain and back pain and headache, what you typically think of when you think of chiropractor. And then we also see people who have allergy problems, kids with asthma issues and ear infections. You know, your entire nervous system is surrounded by your spine, and so when there's a misalignment there, you know, a lot of things can be affected and your functioning can be affected greatly.
I couldn't vacuum the house. I couldn't pick up my kids' babies, their friends, children that come over to play. I couldn't sit on the floor. There wasn't a whole lot I could do without being in a lot of pain, and for days in pain.
She had degenerative disc problems, and it's just over the years it got worse and worse.
And it just seemed to get worse with time. I knew I had some arthritis in my back, which I have known that for years. But the back surgery itself, like I said, we've done it before we did the back surgeries, and they didn't help, and they seemed to make them worse.
We had been seeing the commercials for the chiropractor, the SRS treatments. Didn't know if they would try to even touch her with 3 back surgeries, but we decided to give it a shot.
And within just a matter of weeks, saw some great results.
And it's just been a miracle worker for her.
So I'm doing a lot more than I've been able to do in years.
We had 2 daughters get married this year, 6 weeks apart. And just being able to be there with her, not hurting, being able to dance, being able to talk with people, stay on your feet for hours talking with, you know, walking around and talking to guests, was just it was life-changing.
We danced for 3 hours, had a wonderful time, had a super time. It was great, because I have not danced in so long. And that was nice to be able to enjoy that with my husband and family. At Healthstar, they make you feel at home. They're so friendly there. There's always a smile when you open that door. Sometimes it's like you've been there for an hour and maybe not even that long, but you feel like you just walked in and your treatment's over, it's time to leave, and you don't want to leave. Sometimes it's like, okay, they're so sweet here. I wanted to stand around and talk to them. I wouldn't change a thing. I'm going there, I love going there. I feel great when I come out of there, and I'll continue to go there.
We see all different kinds of patients here at Healthstar Chiropractic, ranging from neck pain and back pain and headache, what you typically think of when you think of chiropractor. And then we also see people who have allergy problems, kids with asthma issues and ear infections. You know, your entire nervous system is surrounded by your spine, and so when there's a misalignment there, you know, a lot of things can be affected and your functioning can be affected greatly.
Well, I have had lower back pain and especially right hip pain for probably about 10 years. Taught kindergarten for 25 years, so a lot of bending and sitting on the floor and up and down, so I'm sure that had something to do with it perhaps. I have a tendency to tolerate pain pretty well, so I had just kind of adjusted myself to it, but in the last couple of years it gotten to the point where I was having trouble sleeping at night, and it just become kind of almost painful to even walk sometimes. So it had gotten progressively worse. We had spring break mid-March, I think, and my first appointment was that Monday of spring break, and by that Thursday of spring break I could tell a remarkable difference. The treatments with the heat therapy and the electrodes, it was just a remarkable difference, Even getting in and out of the car, when I would leave the clinic sometimes, I would almost be wanting to skip to the car because it felt so much better. It's made a tremendous difference. I used to take Tai Chi only once a week, and now I'm sometimes there 2 or 3 times a week. Walking, I'm doing more walking now than I used to do. Sleeping better, that's really important for me. I'm able to sleep through the night most of the time now without, you know, waking up from the pain. I think what appealed to me is the fact that this was something that was not pushing a lot of medication. It wasn't pushing surgery, because I really tend to shy away from traditional medicine, so to speak, in a lot of instances. And that was appealing to me, that there were people who were really willing to try alternative methods of healing.
Here at Healthstar, and chiropractors in general are just closer with their patients. I think they have a better patient-doctor relationship. It's more than that. We're focused on your overall health and your overall well-being, and our ultimate goal is for you to leave here healthier and happier than when you came in.
My condition worsened, where I was getting a bad pinch in my lower back, and I was a golfer. And so it wasn't on the left side, it was on the right side where I turned, so it affected my golf game a lot. So I had friends that were orthopedic doctors, and their solution was, well, we can go in there and cut and look. And I'm like, no, you're not going to go in there and cut and look. I know how to get this fixed. Anytime you go in a hospital, it's a lot of money, anesthesia, and then you got recovery and time off work and all this. So it was a natural for me to try this as a first step, rather than going into a surgical type. I'm playing a lot more golf than I was, and I'm enjoying it. I've been pretty much pain-free in my back now for about 4 years, you know, since the original correction. And as a result, my handicap's gone down, and I'm taking the money from them again, which is fun. And so it's gotten enjoyable again to play golf and just to do regular things in life. The thing is, when you're, I don't think it's just that one area, but chiropractic, I find it helps with your whole health. It's a whole health type thing. It's when your spine's in alignment and everything's good and your neck's right, you feel better. I don't remember the last time I had a headache, you know. So, and yet I'm around people all the time talking about they have headaches and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, well, you know. So I've sent a lot of folks there. I've got 2 or 3 employees that go there. My wife, my daughter go there, and everybody is, you know, happier because they visited there.
Designing a full program for each patient involves, you know, the patient initially comes in, we do we do a consultation first, then we'll do an examination on the patient, and usually we'll take some x-rays if that's, you know, warranted, just so that we can see exactly what's going on with the patient and they see exactly what the diagnosis is. And then from there, you know, the doctor creates a treatment plan for them that includes physical therapy modalities and the chiropractic adjustment. We start out usually with some passive therapies, some things to just get the patient out of pain, and then we'll add some active therapies later. A lot of times the patient just needs to strengthen their back or their neck in order to have the long-term results, and so we'll add that into their program and give them at-home exercises and all of that, so that it's a full program that really focuses on getting to the root of the problem.
It affected how I felt. I always felt bad because I was in pain. I couldn't sleep well. When I moved in my house, I really aggravated it a lot. I have a bad back anyway, and I aggravated it a lot by picking up heavy boxes and getting unpacked and unloaded, and I knew what I was doing, but I thought, oh, it'll be all right, but it got worse and worse. My dog, that is almost as big as me, I couldn't walk her she walks me, and it was hurting, and I just kept thinking, it'll go away, and going up and down the steps, I just had this horrible, it felt like just a big pain in my hip, and that's when I went to get help, and it was the best thing I ever did. SRS therapy was so effective to me when I got there, the doctor asked me on a scale of 1 to 10 about my pain. And for the first week or two, I stayed on an 8. It was that bad. I never went all the way up to a 10, but I know it was at least an 8, and it gradually went away and went down, and then I didn't have to go anymore. Oh, I just feel like I can walk my dog without being in any pain. I can do my gardening, plant my flowers, do my housework. Makes me feel better all over. I met with one of the doctors, and he had x-rays taken of my spine, and we found out why I was in so much pain. And then he had a consultation with me about what they could do to make me feel better. And I told him that if there was any way in this world possible, I never want to have back surgery. And he said, I'm pretty sure we can help you, and they did. I don't think I could have found a place that the people were more friendly and caring and warm to every patient. I mean, not just me, but I watched the staff with all other patients, and they were so kind and caring.
It's so exciting to see patients who have improved in their overall health and happiness by coming to our office. You know, patients who weren't able to play with their grandchildren and now they can, or they weren't able to play tennis or do a sport that they loved and now they're able to again. And just seeing the look on their faces when they can do the things they want to do in life and be pain-free, it's really very rewarding.